off air, we were talking shit about somebody who we don't have to say their name, but I am curious because we were in that. Okay.
No, I won't.
Sounds like
I was bus checking on the last episode.
It sounds like bed. No, I'm just joking.
Well, so bad. Well, what's interesting? So we have a live audience in here, and so they've had this opportunity to have listen to this conversation, and ironically, it wasn't. We didn't plan it to go this direction, but we've been talking about. These people that we meet in this space, right? We've all, between you and Max and us, had the opportunity to meet a lot of these people that are, super famous on YouTube or Instagram or podcasting.
Social media.
Yeah, social media, right? And I think the thing that draws us, why we would consider you a friend, Max a friend, is the authentic. And it's just amazing how rare it is that when you meet somebody, they're fucking real.
Yeah, normal.
It's almost more common when you meet one of these, social media celebrities that they're nothing like they portray. Has that been your experience?
Not only has that been my experience, I find it to be so disturbing. And I was saying this, we were talking, even before you walked into the room, I think you see it more and more. I think as you get maybe more notoriety and more, more popular on social media platforms, you see the claws come out more, and you also can see behind the curtain a lot more. But there's a few things that I find very interesting. I find it super interesting how there's different buckets, but at the end of the day, what really bothers me are people who are out there touting authenticity, being real, helping people, like giving back, gratitude. Like these are all like hashtags, like it's about giving back. It's about paying it forward. It's about helping. And it's the same people who are the most they're the most badly competitive, not in a good way competitive. They'll
use you.
They're all social climbers, users, competitive, and it's an internet marketing game. It's like snake oil salesmen. Like that's how I feel. That's how I see it happening. I don't find there to be a lot of authenticity. I don't think any of these people are necessarily experts. I mean, what's great about you guys and why I like you guys, truthfully, is because you are an expert in something, right? Like you have like a background in fitness and health, and like that is what your platform is. You're not out there touting how to be an entrepreneur and all these other things, but not even doing it. Like you're practicing what you preach. You have become great entrepreneurs. You have become these people that are doing certain things, and then you talk about it. But these people who are, I find like it's like a money grab. Like, how do I grab money off of this person and suck every dollar out of this person with this funnel? Right? It's all about sales funnels. How can I like convert that person into a continually paying monthly user of something? It's all a game of like what can I get out of you, and then who can I align myself that can help me? And if you cannot help me, and if I cannot squeeze every contact and piece of information out of you, then you're like discarded and not necessary.
I got a story for you. I'm not going to say the person's name because I don't want to call them out or whatever. But there's a person in our space. Who
rhyme it.
No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. He has a podcast, and it's it was relative. It was big.
Schradley.
It was a little bigger than ours at the time, but we were coming up, and we wanted to have him on the show, talk about being on his show. So Justin and I set up a meeting with him.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
And he showed up, and he was like so big timed us, like, yeah, well, if you guys get to my level, and one day you'll do this, and like blah blah blah. And Justin and I are sitting there like, what do you like? What's going on here? Like, we're trying to. Make friends, make contacts.
Yeah, just networking. Like
networking, whatever.
Posturing.
Total posturing, total whatever. Anyway, I don't know, like 3 years later, this person has me on their show, and now we've surpassed them. And the total change in the personality. Oh man, Sal, you're this, and oh, you guys are great. And if you need help, let me do this. I'll do that for you. Let me introduce you to these people. And I'm like, while he's talking to me, I'm literally texting these guys. Literally while he's talking to me, I'm like, this guy's so full of shit.
Oh my God.
Like I'm never gonna. I hate that.
See, to me, this is like the crux of I think this is what happens more often than not.
Yeah.
I mean, what happens, I also think, to your point, sometimes you meet these people and they're so nice to your face and like, oh yeah, it's like these blatant like this like Pollyannic words that everyone keeps on saying because they're like I'm here to support you and let me know how I can support you and this and that. Like it's like this molasses they vomit on you, right? And it's so empty and shallow. And so like, for example, for this whole book, I'm on this whole book launching, situation right now. And it's so, there's so much anxiety around it and like so much pressure because you want to be able to go out there and like talk about your book. And so you go back to the people that you kind of help promote, you kind of like collaborate with the same person or this person who you've had on, and they give you some like, I don't like
I'm doing
just
laundry.
a bunch of like basically like a bunch of lies. Yeah, exactly. And it's crickets on their end. When they need something, they're like all over you, like like white on rice. And then when you like text them, DM them, it's like they're gone. It's such a the friendships are so vapid and empty. So
it's also bad business because
it's such bad business.
Because if you want to be, and the irony of this is
like
if you do this for the business reasons, it's not as authentic, obviously. But the irony is, you don't know who's on their way up, and so by big timing people or whatever. Later on, that person, maybe may help you out or may have something that you need or whatever. But now you've kind of treated them like shit.
Bridge.
You've burned that bridge or kind of treated them like shit.
Because people have a long memory. I do anyway, right? Like I may not call you out right away if I don't know you. Like I've texted you, I've DM'd you, I've called you, and I've gotten 0 responses. Okay, fine. But then it's in my head. And more often than not, in my opinion, and what I've always learned is the people who actually end up helping you the most in life are the people you least expect. So never just disregard and discard people that you think are quote unquote below you, right? Like I remember we talked about this when I was on your show for the first time, or maybe the second time, I don't remember. You didn't want to have me on your show. You're like, who is this girl?
I told you that.
Yes,
though.
I know. You did tell me. I mean, that's why I like you.
We fell in love with you within 2 minutes.
Thank you. I fell in love with you guys too. But like, it's like people have such a myopic and such a limited ability to see beyond what's right in front of them.
Yeah.
And you and I were talking about this book or in general, how it's so easy to compartmentalize somebody or pigeonhole someone and thinking that's their only value in life.